Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing today? Well, didn't want to be making this video, but I see no other choice. Gaijin has allowed this plane to be broken on the release. If you don't know what I mean, the wings are substantially inferior to the actual plane. The actual plane had 5 wing spars. And that was because they knew that the plane was going to be doing a lot of shake and brake, razzle dazzle maneuvering. It was small, it was highly maneuverable, 720 degree per second roll rate. This thing could just whip around. And yet, the wings on this plane are so fragile that when you are at top speed, you do not dare pull hard G's. They will snap and go away and leave you with an unmaneuverable aircraft. Don't say you can't land it. I can land it. But when you've got an enemy behind you and you're trying to maneuver, it's impossible. It's done. And allowing the wings to snap as easily as they are means that Gaijin did not do their job properly. Or they just didn't give a damn. And I'm starting to believe it's more along the latter. Because we've got so many instances of them having to fix things over and over and over. I mean, how many years did it take them to finally fix the P-38 Lightning? A lot. How many years did it take them to correct the capabilities of the A-4B A lot. If you don't know what I mean, P-38 was basically a sled. It could go fast, but that was all it could do. It couldn't turn, it couldn't climb, it couldn't dive, couldn't do anything. It was a junk plane. As beautiful as the model was, and is, it was junk. And the LA-5FN, it was a freaking UFO. It could do any maneuver and never lose energy. Took them a long time to fix that. I won't say that there was some Russian bias there, but it was a Russian plane, and they didn't fix it very quickly. And it goes for the same for the German LA-5FN, which is why the German LA-5FN ended up with a substantially higher Golden Eagle cost. And I don't mean a little bit. I mean, it was, are you kidding me? Level of cost. And as far as I know, it's still a ridiculously high sum. Let's just look. LA-5FN, yep, it's still ridiculous. 5,250 Golden Eagles. But, you know, they already set the price because now they can't back it down because there'll be so many people that would be upset with Gaijin because you lowered the price. I want my money back. I mean, it would have been about right to be at this level. 1,300 Golden Eagles. Maybe 1,350 because, God, it's Russian. Who cares? It's an aircraft. But currently, this plane has problems. The wings are not strong enough. They are poorly modeled, in my opinion. This plane was capable of absorbing a tremendous amount of damage, as well as being highly maneuverable, and right now we don't have that. We have a sled. If it's slow, it's horrible. If it's fast, it's fun right up until you need to make a hard turn. And because they're not modeled properly, the wings are snapping like toys. The real wing had 5 spars across the wing to support ordnance and promote wing strength for those nasty maneuvers. I mean, you wouldn't expect the Blue Angels to fly these things doing maneuvers like they did if the wing was so weak it would break during a hard maneuver. And it's either Gaijin's fault for not doing their job and modeling this properly, or it's Gaijin's fault for not putting the I hate to say this, but in Air Realistic, you do have the instructor still there. And the instructor should be limiting the aircraft maneuvers so you do not break the plane. And if Gaijin can't get a proper setup on the instructor, they need to make the plane stronger. Because right now, it ain't working right. And God, if you take any damage whatsoever, the plane is a lead sled. It is horrible. It doesn't maneuver. It doesn't retain speed. It doesn't want to fly. It wants to fall out of the sky. You can't slow down. You have to come in and do a high-speed landing, which most of the time you end up crashing because your landing gear falls off or your flaps fall off and you go into an uncontrolled rotating spin. Or you just lose all, capability of flying and the plane falls out of the sky. So, Gaijin, do everybody a favor. Fix the plane. I love the plane too much to just set it aside until Gaijin fixes it. I love flying it because I love the plane. I think it's gorgeous. And those god-awful AIM-9Bs. Will you please stop giving a missile warning? There is no missile warning for infrared that I know of on older planes. Now, they might have a radar warning receiver, but most of the planes of the Cold War didn't have that shit. Sabres didn't have it. MiGs didn't have it. Maybe about MiG-19 they started putting them in. F-100s might have had them in. But ain't no Sabre ever built had an infrared Warning. And I'm sick to death of firing a missile, even from close range, and watching them just, oh wow, I got a missile coming at me and I dodge out of the way. Bull-loney. Fix the planes, Gaijin. Put the damn tanks away. Stop worrying about tanks for a little while. These people in aircraft need your attention. Ships need your attention drastically. Until you actually start building naval models, battle models that are worthwhile, there's no reason to even run a ship. Which is probably why it's the least played of all of your modes. I want to play this plane. I want to play it the way it's supposed to be played. I want to play it as an attacker. But if I got somebody chasing me, I want to be able to maneuver at top speed without my wings falling off. And if any of you don't understand that, then please feel free to spend your time playing this plane and going up against dedicated fighters and trying to maneuver with them. This is not a fighter. It's an attacker. It is meant to deliver ordnance on target. Yes, I've got two AIM-9Bs, which are absolutely useless, and I just as soon not carry them, but they do come in handy going up, if I get to have a bomber in front of me occasionally. But my mission envelopes are exceedingly limited because Gaijin is unwilling to model things correctly the first time. And it takes them forever to fix them. Please, fix this plane, Gaijin. Don't take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years to fix this plane. You waited until you actually put out another P-38, of which you put in what? You've got the G, the XP, the P-38G, the XP-38G, which never existed, the P-38E, the P-38J, the P-38H, and the P-38K. And it wasn't until you put out the P-38E that you actually fixed the P-38s. And I don't know what it took for you to finally fix the LA-5FN. I mean, the only reason I even did anything in the Russian lineup was to get the LA-5FN and find out why it flies the way it does. And just as soon as I got to it, you fixed it to the point where it would act like a normal airplane instead of a UFO. This one needs fixing. It can't just keep falling apart in the middle of a mission because it's making a hard maneuver. They had 5 wing spars. 5. And the reason they had 5 wing spars was because they were going to be carrying lots of ordnance low to the ground in rough air. Fix the plane, Gaijin. Fix a lot of your planes, Gaijin. Please. I'm asking you as somebody who loves to use these planes. This is Subdued signing off. You'll have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow, and we'll catch you in the sky in air realistic on the good maps. Goodbye, folks.